Hello, hello. Happy New Year.
Is that what it is? Happy New Year.
It is
Happy New Year.
2024,
Happy
girl. Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year
2024. So
to
exciting.
you. Happy New Year to everybody.
We are
We're
happy.
yes, we're happy to be here. And I just
I'm
realized
happy.
in a couple of months, it's gonna be a year since we started this endeavor. A whole
Really?
yes. We started
It doesn't
on March
it doesn't
8th
feel
for
like it.
Women's Day. Yep. It doesn't feel
It
like
doesn't
it, but we've been at it for a while now. So
yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
let me make sure that it's sharing on my page. Um,
No, it's not.
okay.
Oh,
I'm
I gotta
I'm
put
gonna
it on
share
Instagram.
there.
That's the
Yeah, you
part
gotta press the live on Instagram.
I almost forgot.
Yep.
Okay.
See. All right, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Let me see if I can see us so I can share it. Oh, me and technology. I'm trying though. I'm trying.
Let's
So
see.
there it is. Let me share. All right. How y'all doing tonight? Technology. How y'all doing? We are here. We are the Poly Pimps, the Poly Talk with Sky and Nitu. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm gonna try and sound sexy
I'm
tonight.
gonna see if it actually is working on Instagram.
Okay.
Because this is the first time and I think I set it up right. But anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah, I can check to see real quick if it's working. Oh yeah, we are live. It's working.
Is it the two of
Yeah.
us?
Well, I see you.
Oh, well, then no, it's not working.
Um,
It's supposed to be the two of us, so
oh, for the thing. Okay.
but it's okay. They can
Yeah.
hear us.
I just sent a request to join. We'll see. Can you
Let's
answer that so I can? Yeah. That way they'll be able to see both of us.
I just press go live, but it's not doing anything. I don't know what.
It's okay.
Okay, no worries. It's going to be the next time I'll try this again. So,
We are
anyway,
learning.
we are here. It's 2024 and we are ready for a brand new. It gives us an opportunity. Don't you feel like you could just like start over again?
Yes.
Like everything.
Yes.
So, hi Kathy, how are you? She says I can see you and I
Hey,
can hear you all.
Kathy. Thank
What are
you.
you
Hey,
viewing us on?
Kathy.
You're viewing us on what? Facebook? I
Yes.
guess. Okay. Cool. We're streaming from Facebook and YouTube, but we're trying to get our
Instagram going.
Instagram going. So, yeah.
We're
Anyway,
working on it. Hey, Rodson. Happy New Year, guys. What has the new year brought for everybody? I don't know yet what it's brought for me, but right now I am happy. Um, just chilling. I'm excited. I am taking my first trip for the new year.
nice.
It's my solo trip, so I am super excited, and it's gonna be pretty lit.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What does lit really mean to you?
Oh well, everything goes.
Okay.
Nah, it's gonna
I
be just a lot of fun.
I don't know if I've just been sheltered for
Hmm.
most of my life,
Hmm.
but I never partied.
Girl, you're missing
I
out.
mean,
You're
and when
missing
I say that, I mean like I have partied, but I haven't partied like what y'all talk about. I am
I mean,
not.
what are we talking about? Oh, let's see. Amistad says more clarity and focus on inner man. Go for it, Amistad. That's my husband.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know. Like, I think I've partied differently at different stages in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just reminiscing the other day about partying in Haiti for New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Eve, because in the Caribbean, those are the dates that are most important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the parents used to let you go out as a teenager. You don't have a curfew. You just come home whenever. And honestly, when I think back, I'm like, I guess probably here would have been different, but growing up in Haiti, partying to us is go to a house party, eat. You will probably hold on to a beer for the whole night.
Yeah.
And you just dance the night away and hang out with friends. That's what partying meant to us at the time. And then in my 20s, it meant going to clubs and just hang out with people. I was never like a big drinker. One drink would do it for me. Now in my 40s, I know, right? In my 40s, I can do a whole wine bottle by myself, a bottle of wine by myself at least. And then to me, partying now is just like it's different. But typically I like kind of chill music, good vibe to where if I want to get up and dance, I can do that. But it's
Mhm.
not loud to where I can't hear the person I'm sitting next to if we're having a conversation. That's what
Mhm.
partying is to me. But this party is actually gonna be by the water and just gonna be DJ. So there's gonna be a lot of dancing. I love dancing. So anytime I'm dancing, I'm partying basically.
Right.
That's what it is to me.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, darling.
Partying for me is it never sounds like what other people are doing. I am usually just like laughing and joking with friends and stuff like that. And I mean, most everybody I know, they all drink. Everyone I know drinks and smokes some sort of paraphernalia.
Right,
And I'm always the one that's not in that mix, but I'm there and I just watch them
right,
indulge.
right.
And I don't know. I feel like I'm fun though, but I mean,
What a fun
I feel like a fun
overview.
person, but I feel like people's idea of what fun is different than mine. So
That's
mine has always been like just be laughing and joking and you
And
know,
it's fun too, because so here's the thing: people tend to put like they think fun is just a one-way thing, but it's not.
right,
Because
right.
the way, like, what could bring you a blast? I look at you and be like, "Oh, really? Okay." And then what brings me joy, and I feel like, "Oh my God, I had a blast. I would love to do this again." And you look at me like, "Okay, whatever." So it's different for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
very
I think
subjective.
stuff like this is what brings me joy. Like I have the last 2 weeks that we've been kind of, on break from work. Oh my God. I have been so into podcasts. I have listened to, I know this girl that I listen to she has a podcast and she goes on a few of these people and they just start talking about whatever the subject is. And they don't stop for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours.
Oh my God,
They
who
will
does
just talk,
that?
and
Is
then
that
it's
a
like, because
full-time
it's people there, that is their job.
job?
So
Okay.
you can literally put a headphone on and just walk throughout the day and listen to their podcast talking about all kinds of stuff, like everything you can think of. And it's just been so
Okay.
interesting. So, yeah,
Okay.
we can get into those topics a little bit later. But oh, I just got warm, and you're
I
cold.
am chilly right now, even though I have a little heater. And it's funny because, being at this age, you go into pre-menopause and stuff like that. So you go hot and cold, hot and cold. I'm still waiting for the warmth, but my space is usually kind of cooler anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, I probably will get hot. Earlier, my ears were so hot. I'm like, oh my God, I'm burning up. So
your ears.
Welcome to womanhood.
Facts. All righty. So tonight we wanted to talk about what we, and when we say we mean not just
We the people.
we the people, what we're not going for in 2024 as it pertains to life. Like, this is not just about being poly or not, but we have a service announcement before we begin that.
Ooh, what is it?
Well, Me Too and I are hosting our first kickback, get together, shindig.
Not a naked party.
Event. It is going to be a cool, what I call fun. I think Me Too calls it fun. You can meet us live in person because I think we're a thing, you know.
Yes.
We got a small following, but it's growing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice. It's going to be January 19th. It's a private location. So I got to get the link.
Yeah.
The
Only
link
the
for
people
the
who RSVP will get the address. Now, it's a very, very small gathering. We are maxing it out at 30 people. And we're not going to take more than that. First come, first served. So if you're a great follower, if you're a fan of ours, if you want to kick it with us, make sure you get your ticket early. Sky's going to put in the link. There is a small contribution. We are going to provide refreshment and just a little bit of, a couple bites while we're there. There's going to be plenty of activities, live sexy music, live music. That's the emphasis. Live music. There's not many places that offer live music anymore, but me, I'm a musician, so I love live music. It's gonna be a fun night, but like we said, it's gonna be very chill, laid back, to meet the poly pimps and also meet other people in our community. You don't have to be polyamorous to attend the event. It's just a meet and greet. And hopefully later on we'll organize a much bigger one. But this is our first one, and we're trying to keep it very small. 30 people max. So first come, first served. If you want to attend, make sure you get your ticket early.
All right. I found it. Okay. Gosh, that was difficult. All righty.
I feel good.
Oh, sing. So, all right. So I'm posting it. It's posted on the Poly Pimps YouTube and the Sky Juice page, which is going to be the Poly Pimps page. We're trying to change it over, but Facebook won't let me change the name. Hey, Sea Clouds, how are you? Sea Clouds is in Australia. I know Sea Clouds.
Thank you for joining us, Sea Clouds. What time is it over there now? It's 9:13 for us.
Yeah. So, all right. So what are we not going for in 2024? What you want to start?
Yes. Shenanigans. Let's start with
shenanigans. We're not going for shenanigans. I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Yes. I like that. What is that? That's a good one. Okay, you guys, put in the comments what you are not going to deal with in 2024. What are things, people, places, things, physical or non-physical? What are you not? We're eliminating. We're doing an elimination ritual. What are you not dealing with? So you said shenanigans. I think that is amazing. I love that. That is a liars. Spellman said liars.
Yes. Woo! Yes, Spellman. Yes.
Let's go into that. So shenanigans. Can you give us a little example of shenanigans?
Let me give you one little example of shenanigans. Somebody trying to control something they have no control over. That's a shenanigan.
Yeah, I let stuff like that go a long time ago.
Somebody trying to control your life. Like,
Oh yeah. There's you can't
shenanigans.
control a person's life.
Shenanigans.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not doing shenanigans. I think that I was thinking about it. I have a few different ones on my list, and this is the part that I don't like. I'm not against what people eat. Like you can eat whatever side of the whale you want to cut, right?
Right.
I don't care about that. What the part that bothers me the most in terms of diet is people who are obviously sick and like on the verge of dying, high blood pressure, diabetes, they just had a leg removed. They're just not well, right? And as soon as you start talking about like vegetables or eating healthy or reducing salt or drinking a smoothie or anything vaguely light, they say, "Oh, I can't get with that. I can't get with that. I ain't Oh, you are in the coffin and the door is open still. Like you might as well just
The coffin.
no, there's people who they refuse to connect. They refuse to connect their diet with their deplorable health conditions. They will be coughing up lungs. And I see your comments. They will be coughing up lungs and be like, "Bleh." I mean, just really disgusting. And they really, really have no connection to how they eat and their dietary choices. And that I'm done with. In 2024, I'm probably going to excuse myself from these people. Like, okay, gotcha. And then just be like, because I don't want to get into it. I just find it unfortunate. I really just I feel like people know and don't want to. I feel like people know, but they don't want to like be smart and responsible. That is
Right.
just
Because
sucks.
being smart and responsible, it's a lot of work, Sky. Haven't we gone over this already? All year we've talked about this. Being responsible is very hard for most people. Being smart is very hard for most people.
Yeah, well, I'm done with folks who don't make no damn sense. I that's just on period. You can call it shenanigans and you could call it whatever, but I think I'm getting that grandmother syndrome. You know, when you're old lady and you just be like, I don't give a fuck I don't know what you're saying, but it doesn't make sense. And I don't even care that you don't make sense. I'm over here. Bye.
Mhm.
So yeah.
My next one would be poor communication, right? Poor communication includes so much for me, but it's just people who just can't seem to be able to talk calmly, to talk clearly, and to actually mind their own business. That's part of poor communication too. So, but yes, yes, poor
We
communication.
have to post these comments because we have one one friend in the building who is making jokes and they're funny.
Yeah.
Poor communicators. I have an example of poor communicators. And
Mhm.
what I do with poor communicators is like I let them talk their way into the oblivion, right? Or out of my life, basically.
Mhm.
So we were on this dating app conversation last time or what have you, right? So I'm on the dating apps, right? And I'm wondering to myself, like, I'm going to allow, because I try to like allow the guy to lead, right? Because I do not, I don't want to be too assertive, too aggressive on any guy. I just want a guy to lead, right? And I wonder like why they complain about like dating apps because oh, these dating apps are trash. Oh, these women they really ain't about, I hear what they're saying and stuff like that. But I also watch and experience the fact that, like, what are you trying? What is your purpose, first of all? Number one. Number two, like, imagine this wasn't a dating app and you were standing in front of me. You got my attention. We're here. We matched, right? What are you going to say? Hey, how you doing?
Right. Hello, beautiful.
Yeah. How was your day?
Right.
Fine. How was your day? And the thing is, get to the point. Like, I'm just like, and I just let them talk about nothing until they go away, because I'm really like, I really want to say, why don't you, like, what are you looking for? Or, what do you like? Or, can we talk on the phone? Can we do something? Can we get, like, so we can actually see each other's world and see if there's something else? But I think these guys, they are such poor communicators. They're never going to get what they want, ever, because they don't express themselves. I'm talking about guys specifically. I know you're talking about people in general.
Right.
But that's for me.
Right. I told you when we had a few episodes back, when we had the episode on dating apps, right? This guy thought I had too many questions for him, too many serious questions. He wanted to talk about the weather and how my day was, what I was doing at work. That's what he wanted to talk about. Well, actually, not even that part. He's like, so how's your day? All right, well, see you later, sir. Because, yeah, he felt like it was an interrogation. Poor communicators. He couldn't even, like, his brain could not handle a regular good conversation. Like, he just wanted somebody to talk about, hey, well, how's the weather, kind of thing. And then next thing you know, it's like, okay, do you want to go grab lunch?
All right, we have a troll in the comments. We gonna fix this right now. I don't know if you're reading them, but we got D's nuts is right here on
These nuts are nuts.
These nuts
are on something tonight.
These nuts on YouTube. So we got, I'm a poor communicator. Who's that? Is that Lou Rawls or something? What's that guy's name? I'm a poor communicator. I'm working on it. Women ask for money all the time on the apps. Purpose is to get temporary pussy. Don't ask that looking for question. Men don't like talking. We just want.
Okay.
Sex sandwich silence. Nobody want to talk. That's for your girlfriends. Okay.
Sex
sandwich silence. Nothing more.
Okay.
All right.
These nuts. No wonder why sounds like that, huh?
I'm about to do. Only because I know this individual. I'm going to invite them in. See if they're ready. Let's see. So if you want to join us, you can join us by audio or video, or you could just post in the comments. Posted the link. But C. Klaus says, how about no nuts? Anyway, yeah, communication. So how do you deal with the non-communicators?
Honestly, it depends on who it is and what comes up. Like a recent event that just happened for me, and this person wanted to have a talk, apparently, and so we got ready for the talk. When this person came, they just wanted to shout and scream and talk over people, and it's like, what is this? Did you want to make a speech or did you want a conversation? So it's kind of like, we're excusing ourselves. Peace out, sir. That's very poor communication, because and again, it goes back to trying to control people. It's like, you can't control me because I can walk away anytime.
Exactly.
If you ask to have a conversation with me, you can't just like talk over me. Don't give me a chance to get one word in. Nobody gets a word in except me. I want to talk. I want to talk. And it's all about my feelings, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, we all have feelings, but we learn how to manage them because we're grown folks. But just because you're 40 something, I guess, doesn't mean that you are grown. You're just a child in a
Mm.
grown up body.
Ooh,
So.
that hit me right there. I no, it's so funny because I just get these little bursts of like, ooh, dope. I watching these podcasts because like we're writing this book, and I've just been watching like podcasts about marriage, relationships, men and women. There's a lot of like interesting podcasts about masculinity, femininity, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And it's so funny. The last podcast I watched was probably about a 3-hour podcast, and I couldn't watch it at once. I had to like break it up. But oh, it was so good. And I was like, there were so many like jewels, so many nuggets, and it would just like boom, hit me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Trying to talk or join in, having difficulties. Just click the link.
Just click
And
the link, these
click the
nuts.
link. Just click the link. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared.
Click it.
What are you going to talk about? So as you can see, we are not only talking about polyamory, because I think that's going to be one of the things I'm not going to do a lot of, except maybe in this podcast. Maybe in this podcast, because it's the place for it, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like I'm a little bit obsessed. Do you feel obsessed? I don't know.
Right.
Talking about polyamory, like I could.
Of course, that's my life.
If someone says poly, I'm like,
Listen,
okay, I'm ready.
you don't have to say anything. It's gonna come up in a conversation. I promise you. Before
I
we
promise you.
separate, it's gonna come up.
You want me to tell you what's crazy? I'll talk about it at work. I'll talk about we could be talking about a movie at work, right? Because we talk about like what we watch and stuff like that, and then they'll talk about, oh yeah, and then she had to like, she had to leave that one guy and go with that one because this one was, and I'd be like, let me tell y'all what they should have done. What they should have done is they should have all come together as one family and kept it easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how many times I'm watching a movie, a show, and everything, and people are just wrestling because, oh my God, I love this one so much, but I love this one too, but I can only have one. And I'm just like,
that is like
is so simple.
And trying to pick between popcorn and nachos with cheese. You know what I'm saying? Get all the snacks. You know what I'm saying?
Get all of it. Why do you have to stay with just one?
Yeah,
you don't have to. Do you know that? Do you know you have to? I know that's what you've been told, but do you know you don't have to?
That part.
Every time I see something like that, I'm like, I want to scream at the TV and be like, "You can have it all." Just have the conversation.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ease up on that vibe because I feel like I'm overkill, and I really want to like. Relax. I need to relax it because there's so many other things I want to talk about in the world. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah. Let me see my notes. I got notes.
What we're not gonna bring again is negative energy, people. Negative energy.
Negative.
Don't come spoiling anybody's fun just because you are miserable yourself. Don't bring your misery to other people. We don't want to share that. That's not the kind of stuff we want to share in 2020. If you insist on having that, keep it to yourself. That's it's kind of like cooties. Don't share those. Keep them to yourself.
Negative energy is it's a habit, right? I realize that people hear negative things and they just like they keep the ball rolling with like talking down about something, and you don't realize that the law of attraction is bringing that stuff to you. Exactly. Right? You are attracting that which you don't want. So that negative energy conversation is really good to release for 2024 because I saw a lot of people posting stuff online about, oh, 2024 is going to be a better year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, I look back at 23 and it wasn't a horrible year. It was like, you know, it was just a year, you know, it's just another year. But like, let us learn to speak life into our life, you know, let us learn to like, okay, we know what we don't want. Like this whole thing is what, okay, I just confused myself. What we're doing in this podcast is what we shouldn't be doing. We're saying what we don't want for 2024. So let's do that in this and like release it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And after that, let us not talk about what we don't want, what we don't like.
Right.
Move out of this.
What we're leaving behind.
Right. Let's put it here, drop it. And then when we step out of this podcast, everyone is going to go forward in positivity. That's my wish for the world. So we're going to drop it now and leave it there, you know?
That's a great wish. That's a great wish.
Exactly. 2024, for sure. I think we need to speak and create more abundance, specifically financially.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can use more money in every direction. Like everyone can use more money. But I also see, and I'll use myself as an example, how much money I waste and lose.
Mm-hmm.
I had some automatic shit coming out of my account. I went through and shut everything down. I mean, here's the thing, right? We have streaming services, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to see whatever show, All the Queen's Men. So you add the BET add-on to the Hulu account, and you ain't even watching the show no more, and you got playing another $29.99 or $19.99 for BET that I don't even watch it. So calendar reminders, remind yourself to cancel stuff and get your abundance. Sometimes we already have it and it's just going out the door. So being mindful, checking your account and seeing where you're spending. I mean, I had to go and do that and just look and be like, why don't I have any money in here? And I realized that I had it.
Mm-hmm.
I had it, but it's like, so yeah, tightening it up. You know what I mean?
I did that at the end of the year. I went and canceled a couple of things that, like, let's say, for example, Rego Movie Unlimited. I used it a few times, and it's great if you go to the movies. And sometimes I would want to go to the movies. There's nothing that I want to see there, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes I just don't have the time between work and music and being a single mom running around with the kids, after school activities, pick up and this and that. Like, dating, that's never enough time. And I'm not the type of person who truly likes to do movie as a date unless it's somebody that I'm already super comfortable with, because I'm like, if we're just getting to know each other, why are we going to the movies? I can't talk at the movies, and I cannot stand people talking to me at the movies anyway. So that's why I even prefer going to the movies alone, unless I know that you actually will not speak a word to me once the movie starts. Like, I will literally ignore you because I need to pay attention. If I miss like a few seconds of the movie, I am lost, and I'm gonna be wondering, why did this person do that the next few minutes, and I'm stuck. So I don't enjoy going to the movies with people who talk. Once that movie starts, you need to zip it. And we'll talk again when we leave the theater.
The funny thing is, I try to take my son to the movies because I'm like, let's do something. Let's go to the movies. And he's like, yeah, he's a nerd. He's like, why would we go to the movies when we have all the movies here in the house, all the food we want? We could stop it when we want, go to the bathroom, like.
What a smart kid you produce.
He was so practical about it. And I was like, well, I figured you wanted to do something. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go out. he was like, why would we go anywhere when we have what we need? And I was just like,
He's not wrong.
yes, I agree. I agree with him. And so whatever movies at the movie theater, it will be on the TV shortly thereafter. So
I don't do those subscriptions. The only thing I actually do is Netflix, and then I have Prime, of course, because I have Prime. But Netflix, I was like, well, I understand it's only like $20, but I watch, so I binge watch. So I'll watch for a minute until I finish whatever it is that I'm watching. And then I take 2, 3 months off. I don't even turn on my TV. We don't really watch TV at my house like that. And so I was like, I think I want to cancel my Netflix because it's not something that I use that much. So then I asked my son, I said, oh, so do you guys watch Netflix much? He's like, no. I think he thought it was a trick question. So I said, oh, okay, because I'm about to cancel it. He's like, oh no, actually we watch it. And we watch some shows that are only on Netflix. So I ended up not canceling Netflix just because of them. But if it was for me, honestly, I'm like, I watch it sometimes and I guess it's worth when I'm watching it, but it's not worth it to me.
Is 1,000% worth it. You could cancel everything, but Netflix be coming through for life because first of all, they have good stuff like old stuff, and then they have their movies that they're producing and making stuff. Oh yeah, I just saw Dave Chappelle last night. I was just like, me and Dave Chappelle go way back.
It's more because I personally don't watch that much TV. I literally can go 3 months and not even turn on the TV ever.
Oh my gosh, I wish I was that person, but I realize that TV is amazing. And I look at it not just for the entertainment value. I look at it for the information, the education. I look at it for the news. And I also look at it because I write and I love, like, when I look at like a movie or what have you, I'm looking at the character development. Like, how deep are you going in with these characters? That's why Tyler Perry's movies are so sidebar are so basic, because whoever's writing, they don't go down with these characters. I mean, this is like some high school writing. I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. So we got some commentary in the comments. The conversation we're having tonight is light. We're not talking about being naked or sex or peanut butter or we're just talking about having a wonderful 2024. I think that's a real positive spin on, on how to live good.
I guess we can go back to see where to pop up. Okay. Did we do this one already? They are like a BMW. They look good, but don't make sense to buy to people.
I know that's right. BMWs are.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, had the volume down. Was talking to someone. Okay, sorry. Happy New Year, everyone. Sorry, I'm just clicking without really looking. I'm a poor communicator. I'm working on it. Good. Keep working at it because we need more of that. We need more people who can communicate effectively.
The question I have is, why are you a poor communicator?
When you're aware of it.
When you're aware of it, right? Like, what is hard with just saying how you feel?
I think a lot of times it's about not wanting to hurt feelings or not even really knowing how to articulate, because a lot of people don't know how to spit it out, or sometimes they don't think about, okay, how would I want this said to me? Because that's something you have to consider as well. If somebody spit this out the way I just did, how would I feel?
I went through that. I went through that in my 20s, right? And I remember like feeling like I don't want to say this to this person because I already feel horrible. And I remember that it affected me so hardcore that I got a knot in my throat. Like I felt like I was choking. Like I can't say what I want to say.
Right.
And later on, that shit went away. I was like, oh, I'm about to say exactly what I'm going to say. And if it sounds crazy, boo-hoo for you, because I'm not going to die a toxic bullshit on nobody because you ain't hearing what I got to say. So I guess you just got to get over yourself. That's what and I think some people never do. So
to me, it's not necessarily not saying how you feel, it's knowing how to say it.
I think people sometimes should say it and say it. Like certain things need to be said.
Yes.
And what I've learned, I'm gonna tell you how I learned how to talk when I needed to talk is I try to be gracious with people and say, look, I don't know how this is gonna sound. And my intention is not to hurt you. My intention is to really just get this out. So it's just I'm just gonna have to throw it out, throw it up, throw it out. And however, it might hit hard, but ABC. And I was able to like get it out. So like I think I'd rather hear it than not hear it.
Me too, but a lot of times though, when we think we are communicating well and effectively, it's not always the case, because most of the time we just tend to throw accusations, right? You made me feel, you did this, you did that. Like we're usually accusing somebody of something of because of the way we feel about whatever they did. Yes, they may have done something that made you feel a certain way, but a lot of times we don't even take the time to really analyze, why do I feel this way about what this person said, even though it might have been the truth or they might have been right. But because you feel a certain way about it, you feel like you have to kind of attack back or whatever else. So that's why I say, it's just knowing how to relate the message. It's not necessarily not saying how you feel. It's just, there's always a good way to let people know how you feel without necessarily coming on attack mode, because nobody likes to be attacked and you're not going to get anywhere with that.
And then on the other side of that coin, I think people need to stop being so sensitive about the so-called attack, because you don't realize that someone's really having a hard time getting it out and may not know how to speak properly. Like I see like, oh, they don't know how to talk. So I'll just receive it without reacting. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, you said that all effed up in my mind. And I'll be like, okay, I heard you. I got the gist of what you were trying to say.
Right.
So yeah, I kind of agree. It's like having one coconut and that's it. LOL. It gets boring. Mm-hmm. These are out of context because we already passed through these.
Yeah.
Malak says, oh, you got it.
Is that it?
No, that was C. Creative minds populate creative minds. Mm-hmm. Malak says emotional dis-ease is real and supposition sucks. Supposition? What does that mean?
I don't know. I think we were talking about something else. I forgot.
What does supposition mean, Malak?
And what is this one? Facts. I tell my virtual assistant to remind me 2 days in advance. Oh, for subscriptions. I think that's maybe what he meant.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. You got to have your calendar on. I mean, if people have these phones, they're not even phones. They're like little mini, like you say, virtual assistants or what have you. People need to use them to make their life better. I mean, this is like the most technologically advanced that we have ever been in the history of the entire world. I mean, you don't even need money and you can just take your whole phone and be like, bloop.
I have yet to use half of the features I have on my phone.
I mean, I think they're very important to use. There's so many
They
apps on
are.
like I mean, it's just like um what is the app? Telling me how many steps I take a day.
Oh yeah, the health thing.
I think it's invaluable. Like there's just so many things. I mean, it's beyond communicating with people. It's my music, it's my calendar, my banking. I mean, oh my gosh.
It's everything.
It's
Your
everything.
reminder,
I
because
mean, I do flyers here on my phone.
yeah.
I try to do them on the computer and I can't even use a mouse anymore because I like using my finger to,
Right.
open and paste and cut like that. But
I get it.
yeah,
Certain things I feel more comfortable on the computer.
yeah. Oh, let me go back to my notes. Um, okay, so someone said to me, how's life treating you? Right. And I thought about it and I said, I know there's a word play in there because that's what I'm getting right now. But I don't really, so this is like a 2024 thing. I don't want life to treat me. I
Hmm.
want to create my life
Hmm.
and treat my life. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
life, how is life treating you? I guess I'm getting the treats of life, but I also feel like I am creating my life, and so the treats are coming. They're here. So I got them.
I agree with that because we live. It's an action verb, right? It's not passive at all. So we have to create and make it what we need it to be, what we want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So not let it happen to us. Life doesn't happen to us. We make it happen.
Right. Right. Um, I was chatting with someone earlier and they said I sent them the flyer for the this
Mm.
tonight, and they said that guy in the picture with you, Sky, looks like a woman, and I was like, idiot. She is a woman. Come on now.
Well, thank you.
Ridiculous. I was like, open your eyes. That is so
they,
weird.
they may need glasses. I mean, they may need glasses.
That is crazy.
But you know what? It's okay because I go places with my kids, and the little one, he has longer hair, he has long locks and everything. And people are always like, "Oh, she's so cute." And I'm like, this boy is as boyish as they come. He's always dressed in blue. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And most of the time, I don't even bother correcting. I said thank you, and I just keep it moving. Like,
That happened to me with my son when he was younger because he had long hair, long locks, and everyone's
mhm.
like, "Oh, she's so pretty," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"He's a guy."
I feel like especially for people of other cultures, they, they associate long hair with girls. So it's like, no, everybody wears long hair with me. Boys, girls, actually, just not me.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
Malak says, "I love quality productions, and
Patience.
quality of communication is also relative to the person perceiving or interpreting the communication."
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that because you can try and reason with an ignorant person and you're
Mm,
not gonna get
can't do
through to
it.
them. They say you gotta know your audience, right?
Absolutely.
So if the person does not have the capacity to receive your message, you just talking to the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had an experiment I did this past year, 2023, and it was a revealing experiment. And so I was trying to analyze how to proceed. So the experiment was, and I don't know if maybe it's just me or what have you, but I'm an entertainer. So I like to have company over, friends over, activities, sometimes just chilling, games, what have you. Um, you know, just come over and vibe and listen to music and stuff like that. And the last event I had was in March, right? Which was my birthday. And
Mhm.
for the whole summer and the ending of last year, I didn't have anything, right? And why I didn't have anything was because I just wanted to see who else was going to do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, who else is opening up their house and having some friends over? All these motherfuckers that I have invited over the years, not one, except for you, not one of them called me, said, "Hey, I'm going to have a kickback. Hey, why don't you come over? I'm cooking, da 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 da." And I was just like, golly.
I know.
So, what that means to me is I need a new circle of folks because I really like value friendship and value community stuff. And I'm just like, I don't really feel great about um folks not reciprocating in, like that type
I'm
of
good.
thing. And I get a lot of people go through like they don't have the space for it or the money for it or what have you. And I don't really put money into, I clean my house and make up one big pot of this or that and feed the masses. You know what I'm saying? But that's easy for me. Um, but yeah, so it just was so then I was like, there's two things. One, I'm going to continue doing what I enjoy, which is having friendships and having people around me anyway. But two, start getting some new people around me who are also into, I call it my tribe.
Yeah.
I just like, I can't believe from March through December, not, well, I won't say not one because I came to your
You
place.
came to my house twice.
Yep. So, but beyond that, not a soul. Nobody call. I mean, I went to events. When I say like I prefer an in-house kickback over any other type of event. There's nothing that can compare to an intimate group of people talking about stuff, dancing, eating, like that. That's like my favorite event, period. And it was an eye opener, and it really wasn't like a shocker, but it was more like not the it was more like, okay, I know how to switch. I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. Another thing that I already started doing, so this is not new to 2024, but I don't know like when I say many years, I'm talking I can probably go as far back as like my first boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. From high school till now, right? I'm gonna tell you. Let me see if I can make this brief. Having him as the first boyfriend messed me up
Mm-hmm.
because he set the tone for any relationship I've ever like had afterwards. So no one really could compare to him. Like if I saw it, we're actually still friends and I'm not attracted to him at all. There's nothing there. But the way he was, and this is I learned later on that this is a particular style of being involved.
Mm-hmm.
His love language was gifts,
Okay.
right? So he gifted me constantly. I mean, almost daily, like all the time. He
Mm-hmm.
was giving me things and taking me places, and that was his love language. And I was like, wow, this is great. So after we broke up, which was like my first year in college, till now, I've always been waiting for a guy to take me to a show, a concert, you know, all these things. I'm like waiting, like no one wants to ask me. Like I'll even hint, are you going? Are you interested? Nobody like thinks of like, well, and I've missed out on so much stuff. I'll go with like a girlfriend, but no guys are like, hey, do you want to go to such and such or what have you? So when was it? August, September, ain't nobody was talking about the One Music Fest. I had it in my calendar for like the whole year because I missed it for a few years. The first year I came to Atlanta, I went and I was like, this is the best thing in the world. So One Music Fest came around. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody, I was even at work, like nobody's going to the One Music Fest. Like, are you kidding me? And I was like, look at the math. You have 30 plus artists for 24 hours for only $300. And you got one Beyonce for $300 plus, like one show. You got like all, like mathematically, you're getting like 20 concerts, right?
Right.
So I ended up buying a ticket and going by myself. And I felt so good and I was so happy. And so that right there was like my breakthrough, because I've been waiting for someone to say, do you want to go?
Right.
Like, do you want to go to this? Like, and I just like, nobody's stepping forward. I mean, people are asking me to go to like a restaurant or something. And I'm like, I can cook. I don't even need that. So what I'm not doing in 2024 is waiting for nobody, because I can't. I've waited for 20 something years. And I encourage people not to wait. Like if there's something that brings you life, for example, I'm about to, after this show, I'm going online and getting tickets for Alvin Ailey, because I've been wanting to see Alvin Ailey my whole entire life. Like I'm just saying these things. So I talked to a girlfriend of mine and she's like, oh, I'm going to see. I ain't waiting for her. I am not waiting for her, because look,
I am the total opposite. Like if I see something I want to do, I'm gonna go ahead and buy my tickets, do whatever I need to do. I'll invite people. You can come with, or you can stay. Whatever it is, I'm going. That's just me. I don't wait for people to do anything. I take
I
a
have waited for so
trip.
long. I'm
I go
so
out.
sick.
I go to dinner by myself. I love going to dinner by myself. I dress up, do my makeup like I'm going out with somebody. Nah, it's just me, party of one. But yeah, in the same spirit of entertaining. So I used to love entertaining in the past because I grew up in a household where my mom, she fed the whole neighborhood. That's just who she was. So my house was always full of people. They're all cousins, family. They're not even related to us, but somehow they were always family. So I kind of grew up like that. My house was the gathering place. So I kept that same concept, and I used to love entertaining. And then I got to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore because I didn't enjoy it. I would feel so stressed out and on edge when it's time for it to happen. So I went through a I don't want to say very long period, but probably a couple of years, and didn't want to entertain anybody, didn't invite anybody over. But I'm getting back to it now. It's been probably about a year that I've started back inviting people over, and I realized, oh, I enjoy it again. I just don't want it to be stressful. So I do try to organize things at my house. And sometimes it's like one family at a time. I can't take too many people, but I'm doing it again. And also, you were talking about reciprocating energy or stuff like that. It's like, um, so I don't always believe in matching energies, but sometimes it's a must, depending on what's going on. If you're trying to be ratchet, I'm not gonna be ratchet with you. I'm not gonna match that. you know, that's a big no-no for me. But if you're trying to play stupid with me, I might meet you there at some point.
Wow.
Um, so let's say, for example, my goal this year, I kind of said it last year. I did it some. But I have different kinds of relationships, and I'm talking like friendships, all kinds of ships, right? And I have different routines with different people. Some people we check in daily, we talk daily. Some people it's every 2 days or every week, once a week kind of thing, right? So let's say me and you, if we don't hear from each other for like a week, one of us is going to check in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our routine. If I have a daily friend and it takes you a month to realize I did not call you, yeah, I'm matching that energy. The reason why is because if we talk on a regular basis, if we talk every day, and you don't hear from me for 2 days and you don't check on me, it feels like, oh, so I was the only one putting in all the effort.
Yeah.
The second I start, and I am that
One-sided.
person. I don't mind putting in the effort, and I don't mind being the first to initiate because I initiate a lot. I don't care because, like I said, I don't wait for people. I don't wait for anything. I just do things, and you can come along or whatever. So I am the type that will initiate things. So when you're used to being the one always doing this, doing that, you taking all the big steps, you don't realize there's an imbalance in the
Mm.
relationship until you step back and stop doing things and you realize, oh, this person did not even come through. Like literally, somebody it took them a month to realize we have not talked. And I'm just like, where you been, sir? Like, for somebody who talks to you on a regular. So that's why I'm like, this year I'm kind of matching that energy. If you take 1 week to enter my text, it's fine. I'm not saying you should enter my text right away, but if you take a week, I'm gonna take a
Oh,
week and
week.
texting you back. You know what I'm saying? It's like
A whole week.
I'm just saying I'm
No,
matching
you know
that
what I
energy.
think if it takes you a week, right? This is my thought. You know how like you're busy and you see it but you can't respond right away?
Right.
So
And
I'm
I
gonna be like,
forget sometimes.
hello.
Yeah, I forget sometimes. But when it
Remember
becomes
me?
a pattern, I will give you a couple of grace periods, right? The first time, I'm gonna be like, okay, because I do that. I see it, I forget. I'm gonna give you a number two. Then if it happens again, we're matching that energy because I'm tired of being the only person carrying the heavier load, but you don't realize it because you don't think anything of it until
Oh,
you step back and then it's like, oh, I was the only one in that relationship. Uh-huh.
I was with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I thought you were my friend, but you're not.
I pick up on that so quickly. Yeah, not doing that in 2024.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just, and that's the thing. Some guys, they just, especially in Atlanta, you got, if I was a man in Atlanta, I wouldn't even be a hoe, to be honest. But I would definitely, I mean, they just have a lot more choices than we do. They got 999,000 choices, and they could have, what is that? Baskin Robbins. They got 31 flavors or something like that.
Oh my god.
And now they have vegan flavors.
So many places I've never been to.
Huh?
So many places I've never been to.
You've never been to Baskin Robbins?
I don't think so. Like
Oh.
so most of the time I cook at home, but when I do eat out, it's usually specific restaurants. When we do fast food, it's Chick-fil-A. The second choice is Wendy's and nothing else typically. So it's like, yeah, I there's a lot of places I hear of. I'm like, oh, I never think about this place. Like the other day I was just telling somebody, like Taco Bell is not a place that I think about when I'm hungry at all. Like I
No.
don't even think it exists until
I
somebody
think
says
I
it.
feel like Taco Bell is food that they use on the spaceships, and you just add water and stir it up,
My
because
kids
that's
know about
everything
space.
in there is a powder. You know that, right? Like the beans are powdered, their rice that they put is like dehydrated, and they add water and microwave it. Like the whole Taco Bell is like food ready to eat. If there was like a big old bomb that just dropped on us and we were like didn't have fresh food, go to Taco Bell, because you could eat some rehydrated burritos.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
even the lettuce is like the lettuce was cut 2 years ago, and
Oh
they
my
vacuum sealed it and put it in like, seriously, dry ice. I mean, it
Yeah.
is.
So when it comes to food, I have specific places, but like I said, most of the time we eat at home anyway. So
I eat at I eat at work mostly now.
yeah.
So,
Mm.
but yeah,
Well, have we come to the end of the list? It is
I
past.
mean, it's going to be continuous, but I think what we should do moving forward, um, is go into 2024, like you said, with positive energy. Drop all the bullshit that we've been talking about. What was the first thing you said? Shenanigans?
Shenanigans.
That sums up everything. That sums up everything. Drop the shenanigans right here today and move forward. And yeah,
That's it.
matching energy is very empowering. I must admit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love it. And more people, I won't say women, more people should match energy. When you reflect what someone is reflecting to you,
Hmm.
it's either going to be a great thing, or it's just going to be a mediocre waste of time. You
Yeah, and then you can tell typically, okay, oh, you know what? I dropped the ball by not reaching out. I'm gonna do better. And you'll see if that person truly cares. They'll do better, or they just gonna keep waiting on you to initiate things. And that's when I'm like, I guess this is over. We're done.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
So I guess that's it for tonight. This was a nice
Chill.
and yeah, chill vibe.
Yes, so people better be ready for our next one. It's gonna be on fire. We're gonna have the sex goddess in here on the 17th of January. So
Oh wow.
yes, stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be
Already got naked.
juicy. Yeah, I know, right? Flow juicy, all of it. But guys, remember, we're gonna see you once before our kickback. So Sky, do you want to put the link in again for them for the tickets? It's
Uh-huh.
first come first serve. We're only taking 30 people, and you will only get the address once you RSVP and very close to the event time. We're gonna give you a general idea of where it's going to be, but the exact address will be for the people who truly RSVP, and we will send it out to you close to the date. It's gonna be January 19 from 8 till 11, right? No,
Something like
10:30. I'm sorry, 8 to 10:30. Um, so don't forget, go RSVP on Eventbrite, and we will be waiting for you for our first kickback. Live music, sexy music, but lots of fun.
it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be nice.
With the Poly Pimps.
I'm gonna start blasting it out to folks I know. So
Yeah.
that's who I'm hitting first.
Yeah. I guess,
The
even
public is good, but
yes, it's definitely the people that we know. But I guess even Brad will let us know when we run out of tickets, right?
oh yeah, definitely.
All
So
right. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for that kickback. And
no,
just so you guys know, oh, one last thing. I am very grateful. So while we're going into the new year, I am very grateful for everything we've been doing. But what I am most grateful for is my co-host Sky, because she does a lot in the background. What do you call that? Backstage. So a lot of the stuff
backstage.
happening, is thanks to her because yeah, she does a lot. That's all I'm gonna say.
I want this to go viral so I can like just be the backstage co-host because I'm good with this. I'll get all the people to come on and we can get some like celebrities and stuff. All we need is one celebrity and we go viral and it's done. You know what I'm saying? Someone controversial. I know exactly who I would love to have on here. Michael Baisden. I'm gonna say it out loud. Michael Baisden. He's one of the very few celebrities who talks about polyamory in a positive way.
Okay.
So,
all right then, put it out there, Sky.
Putting it out there. So, anyway, y'all have a great evening, and we are out. Thank you again, and share, like, and share and like, and subscribe.
Follow us, subscribe. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you on the 17th.
Peace, y'all.